And we have a rainforest-inspired trilogy we're kicking off this morning from Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements.
It's a beautiful morning with the Barbershop Duet.
Hi, I'm Marcus Klinger with Klinger Vocal Studio.
And I'm Sarah Vincent with Sarah Vincent Virtual Pilates.
But on Wednesdays and Saturdays,
we are the Barbershop Duet.
Hey, it's good to see you. Come on in. If you happen to be here during the live chat, there's an awesome group of folks from all over the world who'd love to meet you and say hi and give us a like and subscribe if you'd be so kind.
Yes.
Appreciate it. What
we
is
really
our
would.
mention
so
today?
Our mention is one of our newest things that came in the mail from Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements, and we finally got another EDP to add to our lineup.
Y'all, the all-stars, we love them just that much. We'll grab an EDP, and Sarah has a particular affinity, although I do too, for Bacon. So this was her EDP selection from our loyalty points. Y'all. Yeah. Tell us about this.
So, I really enjoy the soap alone, just sitting there smelling it. And then if you go over to the splash, it has just different characteristics that pop differently after it dries. And then same thing with this too. After we put this on, we're like, I really would still use the splash with the EDP on.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Douglas reformulates the balance a little slightly in one way or the other between the splash and the EDPs.
Works,
But I think there's a little bit more of the Bayrum in the EDP. So y'all,
it's been fun, and we really enjoyed it.
And we put it on, and the next morning, we look up, and we could still sort of get
Or I'll
lovely
pass by a shirt, and I'm like, oh yeah, I did wear it when I was wearing that. It does have a fun little afterglow kind of thing that kicks in.
It stays with you. It is a really lovely
And with summer coming, I don't know why, but this really does speak summer to me in a cool way. So I'm really glad we snuck this in before.
Man, what a peanut butter and jelly factor in figuring out that juicy fruit gum and that Bayrum
from Fragrance Bros helping out.
Together.
That's so cool. Right?
And for our soap today, it is the beginning of a rainforest-inspired trilogy from PAA. What are we looking at today?
So we found one of the soap options, and then as we started digging, we realized that there's more. It's literally a trilogy.
This is one of the trilogies, y'all, and this is a rainforest-inspired scent. The original name of this, according to Douglas, is Dirt.
It was literally dirt.
Y'all, let's have a good conversation, because I remember when I was in college and I went down to Sephora because I was going to find my signature scent.
Man on a mission.
Le Mail by Jean-Paul Gaultier. That was the one I picked. But I remember the salesperson showed me over to this little rack, and they were like, before we dive into all that stuff, you should probably experience these. And I was like, well, what are those? And they said, well, these are sort of single scent note kind of things based on real life. And one of them was a tomato plant.
Whoa.
And one of them was dirt.
No way.
And I looked at the guy and I was like, are you kidding? Dirt? And he goes, smell it. It was beautiful.
Interesting.
Like, wait a minute. And then I know that there are sometimes when the human body is craving certain nutrients, there will be a craving for the taste of dirt. So hold on a second. When I found out that this soap was literally inspired by the ground, the base level of the rainforest, I was so intrigued because it brought my brain back to that moment. And there are two more. There's La Tierra Mojada, which is the second layer of the rainforest, and then Megaflora, which is the canopy sort of thing.
And we're doing all three.
And I know Matt Fox was really excited for us to start with the second one, but we've got to start on the ground, y'all.
As low as we can go.
And we were watching a little documentary about the rainforest itself before we shot this episode. They said that one handful of Terra Petra from the rainforest has enough microbiomes in it to completely reestablish a barren landscape into an agricultural Eden. Are you kidding me?
And it continues. It fuels something about the soil keeps it going. It's not like it's a one-time fix it and done. It just continues.
The soil perpetuates itself somehow. There's just magic to it, and it's thousands of years old. This soil at the base of the rainforest, right?
Yeah. So check it out on YouTube. That shows all the different layers and all the history that's there.
So I think there's a lot more to this than it says of just good old-fashioned dirt. Let's meet the soap. All right, from the sales page at Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements.
What is Terra Petra? Terra Petra, or Amazonian Dark Earth,
ADE,
is really something special when it comes to our human history on this planet and real signs of ancient tech. That's right. It's highly probable that this particular soil was created by ancient scientists over 8,000 years ago. Yeah, this is what we were kind of looking at. Okay. It was through this creation of this super fertile, regenerative soil that South America was able to support all the ancient cities it once did before the Europeans crashed the party.
Whoa. Though Terra Petra was once a controversial idea, more and more scientists are in agreement these days thanks to the more recent introduction of airborne litter archaeology. Previously undiscovered settlements that once housed over 1 million people are popping up every day. And what supported these communities? Terra Petra, or farming, a condition that would need to predate these large populations.
Wow. Terra Petra is so amazing and fertile that it is still in use all over the Amazon to the date.
Spring is here, people. Wear this set trilogy with a smile.
Hey, awesome!
And if you didn't know, both of these scents are designed to mix and match not only with each other, but also with megaflora, allowing you to build the forest from the ground up, which is exactly what we're going to do today.
That's the order we are.
Maybe add some rain or take it away entirely. The power of perfuming is in your hands, and welcome to the Rainforest Trilogy. Yo, we're starting on the ground floor. Yo, what a brilliant idea. And we're going to have 3 lather bowls by the time we're done today so that we can mix and match these. So we're going to start on the ground floor with this episode, but if you check out the next 2, you'll see us mix and match them.
Right.
But what a better way to start than with the dirt itself. Let's open the box. All right, this is the trilogy, y'all. Let's introduce you. This is the first one. This is the one for this episode, Terra Petra.
And then while we're here,
the next level up is Tierra Mojada. It looks like this.
And right, do you
hear that sound? It's Matthew Fox applauding. That's what that is. And
that's more the rain side.
The next one, this is the one that's available from PAA year-round at the moment. This is Megaflora, and I got this one just for the book by its cover. Look at that graphic.
It's a faux kind of thing going on.
Yes, and I remember that Douglas mentioned that the inspiration behind some of the original names of these scents were because the fougères were kind of getting out of hand back in the day. So Douglas and his mad scientist brain were like, y'all want to know a fougère? I'm going to show you a couple fougères. And we got dirt and we got Tierra Mojada, and we're going down into the dark for this first impression. You know why I'm excited about this? There are absolutely beautiful smells of earth and of dirt and of soil. My grandfather had a farm, so of course I know what that's like.
And it's super fun because sometimes in other soaps we'll read that it is literally a scent note. Earth. Right. It'll just say it listed. So it is very interesting to have a soap be only kind of like a single scent profile idea, you know, creating dirt.
And I remember watching a Lucille Ball movie that was made for TV called Stone Pillow, and she played a homeless lady. And throughout the movie, she was kind of longing for a place of her own. And what she kept saying was she wanted a front yard where there was dirt that she could garden. Right. And that's what she wanted. Yard. She wanted a patch of dirt that was hers. And at the very end of the movie, you know, it's Lucy, so you know, she's good. She leans down in her garden because they get her a place to stay, right? And she picks up this handful of earth and she smells it. And I will never forget watching that and being like, wow, we take so much for granted on this planet. Like, we really do. That really is a beautiful smell for her. And hopefully if I can find the footage, I put it on the screen.
No, but I do remember even like helping my mom in the garden or playing as a kid in the backyard. Like we had a big giant oak tree and the shadows on the tree would make it so that the grass was harder to grow back there. So there was a lot more dirt in our backyard, but there's something about that's carefree, like just run and go play outside, people. Like humans are meant to kind of be one with the earth and things, literally. So I'm very curious to see how that kind of comes out in a scent that is meant for that purpose.
And aquatics are so ubiquitous. Why don't we have a dirt one now and then? Go back to the land.
Yeah, I feel like it's like good for the soul in a different way.
I feel like we should be in the American Gothic pose.
Yeah.
All right, I think you should go first.
Really?
Yes, I want you to smell.
Oh man, I thought you were getting ready to go first. Okay.
I'm excited.
Ooh, I don't know if we really showed the label. We got a little too excited, but he's digging under. Look, so you can see the roots and stuff in there.
I'm going to have a dirty shave today.
Right?
That's for sure.
I feel like I need dirt on my face or something. Okay. Under my nails, you know, after gardening and stuff. Okay.
Okay, take it in. Is it brown? Is the soap brown?
Oh, it's completely done.
Yeah!
Wow,
I call that. Love it. All right. Oh, I'm excited.
And it's interesting, too, because this is supposed to be more like Amazonian earth. So it could be a little different than what we're expecting. I don't know.
We brought our lather lid because we're going on a journey.
We are. We're down to the rainforest. We go. All right. No more stalling. Here we go. Oh, interesting.
Oh, yeah?
It is earth for sure.
Nice.
But there are it's almost like you can tell that this earth has never really seen sunlight. I don't know how that's possible.
Well, it hasn't.
Right? But like the smell is different than like soy. When you're farming, you know, it's coming out.
Right.
This is like it hasn't even approached that.
Because we're in California here, folks. When we smell soil, it's warmed by the sun almost 100% of the time, right? We do not grow our stuff under canopies here in California.
I almost get like it's not charcoal, but it's almost as close to that as it could be.
I wonder if that's what makes the darker color in the soap.
Right? I have no idea. Oh. But or like a clay, like a deep earth clay. Like there's something. It's interesting. It's really fun.
I love it.
And I love that we've had some from Douglas that are kind of brave like this, like Solstice or something else that are really transportive. Right. And I'm getting transported immediately to like someplace. It's definitely dark. Like I'm not in the sun, which I know the rainforest is pretty low in there, you know?
So on a cloudy day for this shave?
Maybe, for sure. Actually, yes. And there is something like guttural that's very connected to this soap.
Well, it's funny you say that because just a handful of this soap can turn a desert into a Garden of Eden because there is so much life teeming inside of it. The dirt
itself has all of that stuff in it, which is crazy. And I feel like on a deeper human level, there is something to the smell that like you think you wouldn't like it, but there is something in it that you're like, no, I'm supposed to.
Sort of primal.
Like animalistic somehow, like.
There you go, folks.
And I don't even honestly really care that there are scent notes, but each whiff there's different parts that come out. So there's clearly more in here than just like
I didn't really read them, but I know there's a list.
There's definitely it's not just like soil. You know, there's
dirt's
stuff
at
in
the
here.
end, but I know there's a list of them.
Yeah, and it's interesting though. My brain is still really stuck in that color. It's not like I'm like, oh, there's something green in here. There's something citrus in here. Like I'm not getting any of that. There is definitely something that has like age to it, like centuries old. I don't know how.
Well, and sometimes when I'm standing in our shave locker, my brain just goes, I kind of don't care what you choose, just grab something different. Right? Just grab something different.
Take me somewhere else, you know?
Maybe this is as different as it gets, folks.
Yeah, and I honestly, I thought I would get more like a different time of day with this or something, but I don't. I maybe if I had to pick like early morning, like daybreak somehow.
And it's in the dark or the shadows, folks. It's under the canopy. Okay, hold on.
But there's something kind of like optimistic and like you know that's like gold almost. Like you know something good's coming from it. It's not like dark and deep and heavy and sad. You know, like sometimes you think it'd be more sad or something, but I don't get that at all. Get a whiff. It's time.
Whoa.
That's all I got.
I'm pretty sure you pointed me in a direction, but let me see.
Yeah. But if I, see what your first whiff takes you to, besides knowing what color and, you know, it's supposed to be dark, but.
Oh.
That was your Lucy moment. I don't know her character, but there you go.
Oh, right.
That was like your own.
Wow.
Right?
Wow. Okay. Yeah, the first thing my brain asked me was, is this the soil from your grandfather's farm? No, this is something.
Right?
You're right. This does hit something. And it's funny, that primal place that this hits me calms me.
Yes, that's what I meant.
So it's not like, you know, when you hear a lion roar, there's something primal in you that goes,
right? Run, cover.
Right?
Yeah.
But this is like the opposite.
Right? Like, I just want to sit down and start digging and build there's something grounding about it, literally.
Wow. And you know what's really effed up? My brain almost goes, if you had to put this somewhere, it's a gourmand. And I'm like, wait, what? And my brain is like, no, this is...
I can see why, though. I have to say.
And intriguing and just inviting. Like, there is just something mysterious.
But think about it. Everything grows in the ground. It would make gourmand.
You know, this is half the smell of a potato when I go to school. Because you grow those things in the ground, right?
Or, you know, like...
Right, when you first pull it out of the earth. Whoa. And y'all...
There's nothing sweet about it.
No. But you know what? This is soil that's a lot more life giving.
Yes.
Because
you can smell
the stuff on my grandfather's farm, you got to fertilize it, you got to help it out, you got to not plant on it every 3 years to give it a chance to recover. This is as healthy a soil as we've got on planet Earth, right? Yeah. So it's self-perpetuating.
Right.
That's
and there
the
is
sense
something
I get
like
from
you
this.
said earlier too, like when your body craves soil or something, like you're low on iron, you're low on something
spiritual, something primal, something
and I get that
like
here.
This, right?
Like I think that is part of that comforting side. Like it's almost like a hug. Like it's like the earth's being like, we got you covered. I don't know.
And for a lot of us, depending on your culture, your ancestors, this might have been the scent of like their daily life, if that's where they were from.
Hours in there, like
wow.
And I somehow can get that from the smell. I know it's dirt, but there's stuff.
It's even a little bit like bordering on a chocolate. Like that's how. Now hold on. Look at my face.
The driest kind of.
It is definitively dirt. Like Douglas is absolutely right. This is soil.
Yeah,
but it's a special kind, and it does border on those things.
And it has like a sacred thing happening. Yeah. I don't know how, and I feel like I've stepped into something that is like a sacred ground. Like, if you could, I don't know how, but it's in there.
You want to get our brush dirty?
I think we got to get a little dirty here.
Okay, so, this is a little bit different of a consistency, too.
Okay, a little harder.
It's just a little bit less.
Oh, but it's through and through, y'all. Like, where it's scooped out, it's that same solid color.
Okay, there we go.
Okay. This is, our travel lid, so we can get down to the rainforest here.
In honor of the meetups that are happening at Maggart's and the Razor Company the weekend we are shooting this, we are using our lather lid from PAA.
Is it stay the same or does it blossom?
There's something I can't stop smelling in this. There's something that like is
something
really beautiful in this.
In there that I know Douglas has used before, and it's meant to be more of that damp, earthier side. And I can't remember what soap it is out of our lots and lots, but there is something in it that's familiar to me.
Ooh, maybe you'll recognize a scent note or two.
I don't know. So think of your first whiff you ever took. When we did the Tombstone episode, is there something in the darkness?
That's abso-friggin-lutely as comforting as Tombstone was. This is equally that in the same sort of way, and there might be a scent note or two in common.
I wouldn't say they weren't friends. Whoa. Let's just say they could be friends.
But I guess put it this way: if you're a fan of Tombstone like we are,
this might be.
This will hit a bullseye.
It doesn't have the floral side of Tombstone. It's the much more
any of the sweets that Tombstone
does. It's the darker, heavier, damper side.
Own sweets. And here's an interesting thought, y'all. This is a sweet fragrance. I love the sweets in this fragrance. But what?
But it's like a dry inside out.
Right.
It's not a normal floral. It's not a normal spice. It's not like a fruity something.
Right.
But there is something that keeps it from getting too dark, so dark that it wouldn't be appetizing. It doesn't go there.
And I'm curious. I'm curious if the scent notes in this are like dirt related, like things that you'll find in the soil, or if it's other things that we might know that are sort of put together to give the illusion of this dirt smell. There is one way to find out because we did ask for the scent notes. All right, also from the sales page at PAA, I think this is stuff in dirt, but I'm not sure because I don't recognize some of these.
We're about to learn some new terms, people.
Yeah, and you're about to see some placards. So let's start here. Geosmin? Geosmin. And then Spikenard! Spikenard always sounds like some dude you met at Sturgis. And then now these we recognize.
Right, this makes sense. Vetiver. Oak moss, but it's that drier oak moss, It's in there.
It's there lightening it up and giving it that subtle sweetness that's just so beautiful.
Right, it's still keeping it alive somehow. And then patchouli makes sense.
Common patchouli, but it's not the patchouli that you know. It's not the San Francisco State in the 90s patchouli. No. This is different. This is cleaner.
Like almost like the root of the plant,
right.
Maybe?
Yes, the actual patchouli root. Remember that documentary where we saw the guy from Dior and he went to the patchouli fields? Yes, and he was holding a patchouli root and he was like...
And he was like rubbing it in his hands. I feel like it's something like that. And then, in other words, the scent of good, old, clean, honest dirt.
You know what? I love that he said clean. Mm-hmm. Am I crazy? But there is something clean about this.
And I'm almost getting like, I know it doesn't have a smell, but like obsidian. Or something like that. Like when you look at when lava dries, like that color, it kind of is that charcoaly thing. Like it's something literally from the Earth's core.
And that mineral sweetness in this, I'm just loving that because it's very representative of what I find in absolutely beautiful soil, but like the saturation is turned up a bit so that you just get a little more of the sweets in the balance and a little less of the bitters that are in the soil.
I don't know. I mean, obviously we're kind of deep in the rainforest, but should we take this to the next deepest, lowest layer of this Amazonian rainforest?
That Terra Petra self-perpetuates to 8 feet down. Let's go deeper. how is something made with all dirt so clean and beautiful? Because we have nothing in our locker that takes you to dirt, but it's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
Nothing approaches this.
No, and I am having like such deja vu in like a good way. Like I don't know how, if that made sense. Like even if I was maybe just a little kid digging in the dirt, there's something about this smell that really takes me back. And when I was really little, I used to actually collect little rocks and gems.
Right.
And I think there must have been one that I had that I must have gotten from somewhere that has a similar buildup. I had no idea, but there's something in it that like after just playing, it's in that scent is in you, you know, like same if you play at the beach, there's just a different smell there.
Right.
You know, there is something, I don't even know half the scent notes, but they're here, and it is dirt, and I will tell you, it's dirt I've never been to before, but I feel like I have.
Right, and you know what I love is, mentioning the beach, so many of these beautiful scents are like perfect artistic versions of what they're supposed to represent, or beautiful caricatures of iced coffee or the beach, or these things like that. Y'all, I was kind of expecting a caricature version of the rainforest, but I'm kind of having an out-of-body experience right now, because for me, this is really, if I were to kind of try to imagine being like flying myself to the rainforest, reaching down beyond the leaves and picking up a handful of super soft black soil and smelling it. There is nothing caricature about this for me. This is what I imagine that would literally smell like.
We've not been to the rainforest, but I feel like by smelling this,
stunning.
It's like beautiful. We have. It's crazy.
And that sweet edge to this that just keeps it on a more of a lighter side. I'm not sure how that's possible, but do you smell the sweets?
No, I do. And it's interesting because I was just thinking like, okay, let's pretend if we did live in the Amazon and that was like your sense of smell would be so much better and more fine-tuned. And I feel like in here, that's why we're starting to get some of that guttural, like ancient, I don't know, in us human vibes. Like there is something about being out in the middle of nowhere with no cell, no nothing. Like you have to depend on the earth.
Right.
And that is coming through here of like what you'd appreciate.
You know what else I love about this, y'all? When I see a soap that's like bacon, you know, I'm a little bit like, oh, that's fun, but I'm not sure if I'd want it on my face.
True.
Now, for those of you that might be wondering, hey, do I really want the smell of dirt on my... Yes!
Yeah?
Yes, there is something about this where I'm just like, I can't wait to put this on my face. But,
think about people do like mud baths. They do, it's not uncommon to actually put that on your skin.
That's why I picked her. That. And there's got to be something about the olfactory experience of that helps kind of like bind you, to the planet.
And I even way back, it was like, going back to earth, even when you pass on, that there's something like spiritual about it. Like, I just giving to the earth so it can give back to you. Like, I don't know. Clearly we're enjoying the scent here in ways we were not expecting.
I would never have woken up this morning wondering if I was going to want the splash of something that was inspired by the smell of dirt.
I agree.
But for sure. I mean, can you imagine on the first big spring rain we have of putting on this splash and going out for our hike?
Right? Well, and I think, didn't even Douglas mention when he first started that he had one of them that was the soap, one of them that was the splash, and like they were supposed to all be layered.
They were
and then people wanted all of the soaps and all of the things.
Exactly. And then people were like, I need a soap of that splash and I need a splash of that soap. But wisely, he kept them all so that we could start to mix and match them, which if you stay tuned today, we're about to start mix and matching these right now. That could not be more exciting. So it's pretty simple. All you have to do is make your way down to the rainforest, and you're going to have a few maps that you printed out using satellite technology that are going to guide you to brand new discoveries of enormous pyramids and roads and towns. And by the time you realize that this is where was going on 4,000 years ago, you just got your own. So head over to their website at phoenixartisanaccoutrements.com, or even better, do it by way of the link in the description. It's an affiliate link, which lets them know that we sent you, and it gives us back a small percentage of the sale, which we'll probably spend on soap so we can make more episodes. It's at no cost to you, and we would be grateful. Well, I've had my shave, y'all, with Terra Petra. And yes, there are going to be some shavers out there who are like, you are shaving with dirt on your face. Yes, I know. But to my grandpa, the farmer, this was the sweetest smell in the world. And if you were an Oklahoma cotton farmer from the time you were born, it might be for you too. So, it brings up memory. It takes you to a place. There is a shaving soap for everyone. And this one has a massive place in the shaving world and in our shaving locker. And y'all, the lather was somehow beautifully conducive to that mud bath feel on my face. Like up in Calistoga is going on right now, y'all. And what an amazing, beguiling, outside the box, but dead center bullseye soap this is. Thank you, PAA.
Welcome to Messages.
Hey, y'all. So for this month's giveaway on the Barbershop Duet, we had such a good time doing iced coffee, we decided we were going to give away a Sterling gift card, $20 if you are our lucky winner. And all you have to do is send an email here to WeSentYou@theBarbershopDuet.com and be a subscriber here on YouTube if you'd be so kind. Check back on June 1st to see if you are our lucky winner. And
best of
luck, y'all. When you think you know what to expect from a soap, dirt. Doesn't get any simpler than that. We all know what dirt smells like. We all made mud pies growing up. And then when you smell it, and it is not only real, but captivating and alluring. And I just can't get enough of this.
And even as an adult to smell this, it really just connects on a different level than I was expecting at all.
Look at my face. This is why we do this show. Mm-hmm. This. I mean, I know we love the Aventuses. Yes. But y'all, it's this. It's capturing the ground of the rainforest and giving you 2 more layers to mix and match for your shave adventure.
It has.
Are you kidding? People don't pay this much attention to the food they eat. But here in the shaving world, they're giving this much imagination and love to that time in front of our mirrors. And we could not be more grateful.
And there's something in this scent that is just so comforting and grounding. And if you are just stuck in the whirlwind of your day and you need to feel no, I'm supposed to be here. Everything's cool. Take a whiff of this. It's insane, but I really feel like
your
it'll help.
ancestors from 5,000 years ago when we humans were wandering around on the floor of the Amazon barefoot. Yeah. The worst thing you had to worry about was whether you were going to get eaten by a lion. That's pretty bad.
But look at the label, though. There's even fossils in here. You can't really see it on camera, but you're going to have to take my word for it that we are literally that low in the ground.
And knowing PAA the way I do, there may be hidden messages in
I'm
those.
sure there are. And then you can see the roots in there and I don't know. Clearly, we are excited that we have another one coming up because we gotta go to the next tier.
And the next layer up in the rainforest seems to be the most coveted, y'all. Yes. So stay tuned as we discover the smell of rain on leaves. Are you kidding me? And maybe mix and match.
It's gonna get crazy, y'all. It's gonna get crazy. Don't forget your next appointment with the Barbershop Duet.
You'll smell dirtier just watching this.